Husband left me and our newborn baby for another woman. We've been married for 3 years. I'm 30, he's 34. I had a baby 6 weeks ago. After giving birth, my husband was cold and so distant. I thought that he needed time to adjust to the new normal, but turns out he was actually planning to leave us. 2 weeks ago he said to me that it's not working out anymore and he doesn't want to be married to me. The news broke my heart. I kept asking him why was he doing this to our family, and his response was, I can't pretend anymore. He took all his clothes and left 2 days after. I just had this gut feeling that he was seeing someone else, so I got into his email and found hotel reservations. He brought her on a vacation when I thought he was on a business trip. Searched her name on Facebook and saw him in the background of her pictures. Turns out this has been going on for a year. I'm so hurt dealing with this and taking care of a newborn baby. I've been crying all day for the past 2 weeks and being delusional, thinking he will come back to us when he realizes he made a mistake. I texted him when I found out about the other woman and he ignored me, then hours later asked how our son was doing, so I blocked him. I've been feeling so lost. I have no appetite, haven't been eating. As a result, my milk supply is really low. I don't know what to do anymore. Relevant comments. Commenter, do you have family or friends who can help support you? I know you don't feel ready, but you need legal advice as to your entitlements. You need him to pay child support at the very least. Op, my parents have been really supportive. Op on if she is able to change the locks of the house. Op, don't think I'm legally allowed to change the locks. Update, this morning, my husband came back, saying he made a mistake leaving his family and wants to work things out. These past weeks have been so rough, I've cried myself to sleep many nights, all while taking care of a baby. I'm still hurting and feel even worse now that he's back. Coming back doesn't erase all the emotional stress he's caused me. He left me and our baby when we needed him the most. I'm so lost and confused. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, I wonder if she even knew he was married and or had a pregnant wife, newborn baby. I bet she recently found out. Just my guess. Op, I think she knew. He told me he left her. I don't believe him. I actually sent her a message. I'm currently waiting on a response. Commenter 2, you need to speak with a lawyer. BC it him being at the house instead of you may work against you in the divorce, if it matters. Op, I asked him to leave and he refused, so I left instead. I spoke to an attorney. They said I can't stop him from staying in our home. Op, questioning if her husband was having a mental breakdown or not. Star. Op, if that's the case, he was having a mental breakdown even before I got pregnant. He was having an affair before I even got pregnant, and it all unfolded when I gave birth. Second update, texts with AP and I. This confirms he's a liar and has been lying to both of us. My previous post was very vague, so I thought I'd provide more detail. When my husband came back yesterday, he apologized and said it was a huge mistake. He admitted he wasn't thinking straight and would do anything to make things right between us. He wants to be here for me and our son, repeatedly asking what he needs to do to make things right. I told him I didn't want to see him right now and that it was best if he left, but he refused and kept begging to stay, saying he was sorry and calling himself an idiot who doesn't deserve me. I asked why he did this to us, and he admitted he wasn't thinking clearly and said nothing can justify his horrible actions. OWE means other woman. OW, it's me. I don't use Messenger, so thought it would be better to text you for starters. Redacted, told me y'all were separated and he'd started the divorce process. OW, I feel so stupid now believing him. Op, how long were y'all seeing each other and did you knew about our son all this time? OW, I met him a year ago at Starbucks, where he paid for my coffee. That moment marked the beginning of our relationship. A few months ago, I discovered about the baby and decided to break things off. However, he insisted that it didn't mean anything and kept expressing his desire to be with me. OW, he moved in with me weeks ago till this morning he woke up and said he's going back to his family. Op, he told me weeks ago the same time he moved in with you that it wasn't working with us anymore and he left me an hour 4-week-old. OW, OMG, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I wouldn't let him move in with me had I known. Op, you don't need to apologize, you didn't know. OW, I'm stuck in a lease I can't afford by myself because he convinced me to get this apartment for us, only to bail on me. Op, how old are you? OW, 25. OW, please feel free to ask me anything you want to know. OW, were you ever separated? Op, we were never separated and lived together till a few weeks after I gave birth. Op, did he tell you why we separated? OW, he didn't say much, it was very brief. All he mentioned was that things weren't working out between you two and something about growing apart. OW, when I found out you were pregnant, he said you were trying to trap him with the baby. Op, our child was planned actually and it was his idea to begin with. It's clear as day he's a pathological liar. OW, is he back at your house or was that also one of his lies? Op, he came back but we're not getting back together. OW, good for you, he's an asshole. OW, for the record I'm done with him too. Relevant comments. How did Op feel after talking with the other woman? Op, thank you. I tried my best to be understanding and not get upset. This woman owes me nothing, I can't be mad at her. If the other woman knew about the baby, she was with the husband for a year before found out. She knew, but my guess is she really loved him and didn't care. Regardless, this is all on him. He was lying to both of us. I think she just wanted confirmation since we both know he lies about everything. If she chooses to take him back, that's on her. Third update. In the process of filing for a divorce, the stress has been overwhelming. It even landed me in the hospital. My blood pressure was extremely high and I was severely dehydration. My attorney advised me to move back into the house until the divorce is finalized. Since then, things have been very strange. My husband is now trying to win me over, but it's too late. I strongly dislike him for leaving me for another woman. He has been taking care of our son during the day to give me breaks, cooking meals, and even bringing the food to me. I haven't been eating it. Instead, I throw it in the trash and have told him to stop cooking for me. He brought me flowers, which I also threw away. He's been trying to talk to me, but I walk away and lock myself in my bedroom. I'm staying in the guest room. Last night, he asked if we could watch a movie together, and I said no and told him to leave me alone. He's even cried and begged for another chance, but I can't get over what he's done to me despite everything. I found myself crying tonight because I feel bad for treating him poorly. Why am I feeling bad for someone who disregarded my feelings and left me alone with our baby when I needed him the most?